morning to everyone. Myself, Mrs. M. Rajeshwari, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, the Standard Fireworks Rajaratnam College for Women, Sivagasi. In my video lesson, I selected the subject Goods and Services Tax. Today we have to discuss about the topic types of GST return. So what do you mean by GST? GST, it means Goods and Services Tax. Every year, based on their income, the return is filed by the taxpayer for the level of income, earnings, total level of business and etc. So, its return is the very important aspect in GST to control over the tax paid and input tax availed by the taxpayer based on their return. The next one is, what are the purpose of filing GST return? So, GST it's a self-assessed destination based taxation system. It's totally electronic without any requirement of the physical submission. So, only through online mode the GST return is filed by the taxpayer. So, filing of GST return. So, a taxpayer holding GSTIN, Goods and Services Tax Identification Number holder are eligible for submitting the GST return if the person can have the more than one GSTIN, he has furnished multiple returns to the government. So, in types of GST return, the first one is outward supply return under the category GSTR1. So, GSTR1 is the return that the business furnished to report all the details regarding outward supplies of goods and services. It also include invoice, debit note and credit notes and the sales for the particular period. It's all are included in under the head outward supplies return in GSTR1. Then what are the timing for filing the GSTR1 return? In case of monthly filing, by the 11th day of every month of business with an aggregate turnover exceeding rupees 5 crore. So, the taxpayer is submit the monthly GSTR1 outward supplies return to the government. In case of quarterly return, by the 13th month of the following each quarter. Once the quarter is completed, the next month 13th day the GST return is filed by the taxpayer. The next type is GSTR2A, dynamic view only return. So, it is designed for the recipients or buyers of goods and service. GSTR1 totally for outward supply. Similarly, GSTR2A is for inward supplies of goods and services, that is the purchases made by the taxpayer is submitted under the category of GSTR2A. Another subcategory GSTR2B, static view only return. So, it is introduced in the year August 2020. It is offer the ITC, input tax credit data from the GSTR1 filings for the previous months. So, for this reasons ITC claim reason the GSTR2B is submitted by the taxpayer. Third category GSTR3B, summary return. So, it is a monthly self-declaration return for the normal taxpayer. So, monthly self-declaration return by the taxpayer. So, overall every month what are the outwards and what are the inwards, all the summarized details are submitted under this return. So, it will be submitted in the 20th day of the following month for the annual turnover exceeding rupees 5 crore. The next one is GSTR4, composition scheme return. So, it is an annual return for the taxpayer under the composition scheme. It filed by 30th day of the following relevant financial year. It's replaced the quarterly filing requirement. So, instead of filing the quarter return, GSTR4 composition scheme return is used. So, it is a simple cell-on in the form CMP 08 by the 18th of the succeeding each quarter. So, the quantum of amount of turnover is up to 1.5 crore for the fixed rate on the declared turnover. Service provider avail up to 50 lakhs. So, in case of business 1.5 crore is the limit, and for service oriented businessman 50 lakhs amount is enough. The GSTR 5 non-resident foreign taxpayer return. So, it is filed by the non-resident, that is the name implies non-residents who are not the Indian citizenship, he is called the non-resident. So, it is registered under the GST. They also conduct the business in India and earn the profit. They are eligible to submit the GSTR 5. It also include outward supply, inward supplies and all the debit or credit notes and the tax paid by the taxpayer. So, GSTR 5 is the due date for 20th month of every month. So, in this video we have learned about what are the GST return and its types. It is very useful for you. Thank you so much.